people, you can say some things that people never will forget. You can hurt people. You can kill people with words. You know, like I talked earlier in the week about the tongue, about the murder, and oh my goodness, the tongue can say so. You can say so many things with your tongue: lies, murder, trust, thereby killing the things we long for most in the world, a relationship. That tongue can kill those relationships. Again, Proverbs 16 through 19 declares, the Lord hates 6 things. In fact, 7 things are detestable to him: arrogant eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that plot wicked schemes, feet eager to run to evil, a lying witness who gives false testimony, and one who stirs up trouble among brethren. We should be careful, because a lying tongue will stir up all of these things. Mark chapter 11, verse 23 says, he shall have whatever he says. Did you get that? Let me say that again. Mark 11 and 23 says, he shall have whatever he says. If he says negative things, then that's what he's going to have. If you say negative things, then these are the things that whatever you say is the things that, in other words, what the Bible says, you shall reap what you sow. So if you're sowing lies and corruption and mistrust and all the bad things that make you a bad person, if you are sowing these things, believe me, you are going to reap them also. So let's know that the tongue can also be a force of good. You have the power to give life in your mouth. A friend who says just the right thing at the right time, and you almost feel like a different person. And that is so true. You can speak good things, but you can also speak evil things. You have the choice. There's a choice in Proverbs 18:21. There's a choice of life and there's a choice of death. You choose which one that you want to make effect in someone's life. Isn't that powerful? You can choose to lift up or to tear down. You can choose to love or to hate. You can choose to let go or to embrace. You can choose to lift up or to tear it down. But remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
All right, boys, good morning. Welcome into a Thursday. David West, Stars and Stories of the Kaz Walker Show. We're sitting here talking about Buford Pusser this morning.
Yeah.
So, what is it that came out, Howard? You said they saw it and said on the news. How they figure out what he did on the news 20 years ago?
That he had murdered his wife.
Yeah, but how they figure that out, I wonder.
Yeah. Well, when he got killed, they're saying that she was already dead in the car. So.
Oh, he got shot up, yeah, because he died in that car. Right?
Yeah.
Because when they shot that car up, they said, I talked to some people who said they knew about it.
Yeah.
And said that they said they knew about it, which they did, I'm sure. Said that they missed. He shoved her over, and they're supposed to be shooting her, and they shot him, missing hit him.
Yeah.
And I was with one of the kin folks, the guy that ran one of the clubs down there. Just a few weeks ago, he come over and stayed at Faye's house, and me and him rode out to eat and stuff. And he said, I'll tell you something. This was about 3 months ago, I guess. Maybe not that long. He said, they're going to find out something on that, you know what, Buford sister? And I said, they are. He said, yeah, you wait and see, it's going to come out. So I know what the inside dope on. He said, they're researching, digging him up, done all this stuff, and said it's going to come out about him. Said he wasn't no hero. Said he is, he's one that said that a while ago about the other guy.
Yeah.
And, he was a good guy. He drove for a lot of big stars, ZZ Top and everybody. He said, stop the world, me. And he called up. He's going to come to say, David, you got somewhere I can stay? I said, yeah, you can stay in Faye's house over. We just keep it for guests.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be over. So me and him went over here hard as need. But he told me then, said it's coming out. Because his uncle run one of the places, I forget which one it was. If Don Bell's listen, that was his aunt that got shot, and he'll tell you some of it. Don can tell you quite a bit about it.
I didn't know that.
We'll have to get him on here to talk about it one day.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But even that, now this DNA and stuff that they've got now, it was on news this morning, that little girl that got killed 30 years ago, Burnett or whatever her name was.
Mm-hmm.
They said they think that they can find the one that killed her.
Wow.
Because the DNA has changed so much.
Technology has advanced so much.
Yeah, they found some stuff that they can get the DNA off of.
Oh, that's good.
So,
That's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing technology.
It is.
Dig you up 30 years later and tell you what that ain't.
Right.
Technology's wild. I was watching a documentary the other day about a kid that was getting what they call cyberbullied, where they just keep texting them messages, And it went on for over 2 years, like 300 messages a day for like 2 years, and the parents were getting frustrated, and they went to the police and all this, and they finally, after 24, 25 months, the local police couldn't figure out who was doing it, and they were targeting 2 kids in town. So they turned it over to the FBI, and the FBI got it, started digging it.
I've seen this, Ron.
It could find out what tower it was coming off of, and then they found out what third-party app they were using to hide their phone number.
Yep.
Anyway, they were able to figure out it ended up being one of the parents tormenting their own kid.
Yep.
And she went to prison, but they were able to take that all the way back, find where they went through, I think they had 700 pages of texts, and so they went through every number and then every tower it pinged off of, and they were able to isolate it down and found one number that kept coming up, even though they're trying to hide it. And it was the mom of one of the kids.
Yep.
It was crazy, but just the technology that they have now that they can, you think about it, back in the day, it's no wonder people got away with everything or anything, just you and somebody else there, your word against them. If they're dead, your word wins.
Well, for years, they wouldn't let them use DNA.
Yeah, they didn't know how to.
And so they got that in and proved that it was soundproof, but the judges didn't have a choice. They had to start accepting it. So,
right.
Yeah, with your phone, that they know where you're at as you go by. They can trace out a map of everywhere you go.
One time, when they used to have them CB radios and stuff, and of course truckers and people at home had them and stuff. Well, this guy was on there, and he was really using some bad language and stuff over that thing, which
you're not supposed to do. No.
Back in the day. And he kept rattling off, and they notified him, said, you need to cut this out. You go to, wherever, said, I'll do what I want to. I said, yeah, you just keep talking, big boy. We'll be knocking on your door here in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's true.
they trace you down even back then.
Yep.
You on them CB radios and tell what car it come off of.
Yeah, they knew where it was coming from.
Yeah, you know, he told me this 3 months ago. I thought, well, no way. They said, no, they're digging her up. Said they're going to tell, it's going to be a bunch come out on that in just a few weeks. And here it is, ain't it?
He was here just a while back. We had him here when he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this FBI now that's in there is digging up a lot of stuff that was overlooked
Oh, yeah.
and hid and everything else. So,
With all the technology that they have, they can find out just about anything they want to find out.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff they found hidden in what they call burn bags. It was set to be gotten rid of pretty soon.
Yeah.
But they found it. Not too much you can get away with these days, I don't reckon.
That's right.
Tell you what you eat and where you slept.
They pretty much
Hey,
can.
one night though, you slept 3.5 hours. What's wrong? Hard to do.
You can turn your phone on. You can get apps for your phone, or you can get one of those watches, and it'll tell you what you did when you sleep, how many times you turn over, all kinds of stuff. Just it's amazing how. I mean, it watches you like all the time. Oh, it's the price we pay for technology, I guess.
That's it.
Yeah, it's, well, my opinion is too much information.
No, there is. I agree.
They can tell you where you live, what you eat, and everything else
Oh, yeah.
off them computer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, well, I feel anybody's business what I do in my own home and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, whatever, you know.
You know, or that's Archie Campbell really was doing this. So back in the old days, you remember, he kept books on all of it. And this guy walked up and said, "Are you Archie?" He said, he's talking to the people. He said, "Now I keep books on everything I do, everywhere I go, and every place I play." And this guy walked up and said, "Are you Archie Campbell?" He said, "Well, I can tell you that. That wasn't in the book." Yeah. He said, "Well, was you in New York City a certain date?" And he said, "And then coming up from tea for places." Yep, I was right there. Yeah, right there. He said, "Well, so did you go out at nightclub and get something to eat? That's there where they dance and stuff." "Oh, it comes under R for recreation." And
Yeah.
he said, "Yeah, that's where I was at." And he said, "Did you meet a woman while you was out there named Ruth?" And he said, "I don't know her." C comes under contacts. "Yeah, I met her." He said, "Did you dance with her?" He said, "It comes under pleasure." "Yes, I danced with her." "Well, did you take her home after y'all got through dancing and everything?" He said, look at that. And he called it something. He said, "Yep." He said, "Well, I'm her husband, and I didn't like it." He said, "That comes under O for opinions. I didn't like it either." See, he had that stuff going back in the
Oh, yeah.
O for opinion.
Of course, a lot of that stuff was wrote by Fred Smith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one?
A lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of stuff, Archie.
Fred was a writer.
He never did give Fred the credit for it, but
Oh, he wrote
Fred
a
wrote a
lot.
bunch of that comedy for Hee-Haw, I guarantee he did.
You know, Fred didn't have to do anything. He was comedy walking
He was-
legs.
He was fun just the way he stood and looked. he was. I mean,
If he walked in and said, he's walking to a bunch of people that he never saw before, and they started laughing, he said, "How do?"
he stretched him word just.
He could hold them words the longest. And, you know, I mean, he did. A lot of people knows Goat Stanford. He was over the scales and stuff. Highway patrolman. We were doing this big party one night, and Goat had that exercise nose, you know. Of course, Fred had a big nose because his partner, Red Director, called him the Ain't Eater. And he gets there before he would, he'd say, "Is the Ain't Eater got here yet?" No, I don't know why they do that. If Red got there first, he'd say, "Y'all saw the Ain't Eater yet?" "No, he ain't got here yet." And if the Ain't Eater got there, and Little Red one night, he'd say, "Is Baby Dumpling here yet?" He called him Baby Dumpling. But we was sitting over at a big nightclub or someplace where he was eating. We was playing for him, and then went on us sitting there, and Fred was working with me. He played bass good, and he was a good entertainer. And I'd take him on a lot of shows with me. And, of course, he was rented right next door to me You know, me and him had partners together. And he's sitting there, and he done got, you know, he'd been over a party for a pretty good while, and he's feeling pretty, no pains. I don't think Goat was either, but they're sitting there looking at each other. I mean, just, one's on that side of the table, and he's on this side, and they're just looking at each other like that. And I looked over at him, and Drunken Fred said, you know, I'll measure noses with you. That's great. I mean, anything he did was funny. If people just started laughing, other people know what he was thinking. They think about who had the biggest nose. Both of them must have been thinking the same thing. But he was so funny. Everything he did, he didn't just mean to be funny. He was just funny.
Yeah.
If he ate, it was funny. If he talked, it was funny. If he whatever went on, it was funny.
Where was he originally from? Was he from Arkansas or was he from here?
Who?
Fred?
He was from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Shelbyville.
They both.
I mean, he was from.
Red and Fred both were, weren't they?
Shelbyville's where Don Gibson's from.
Yeah.
Spivey Mountains.
Spivey Mountain.
That's where Fred's little place at Spivey Mountain, Morganton, right along in there. And he'd say, you know, up on Spivey Mountain.
The Lord said we so poor.
Yeah.
Said if we'd have got food stamps, we'd have eaten them.
Yeah.
And he'd walk out on when he was doing that for boots, and he'd say that. Oh, we said he'd walk out on stage and some woman sitting on the front there. He'd say, "Have you ever been poor, Miss Woman?" Of course, the crowd, he'd had him right then. So,
you know, when he went to Boots Randolph, Fred was the type he'd never drank when it was showtime. He quit his drinking and smoking. He wouldn't even smoke. He wouldn't do anything. I mean, he straightened up straight when he hit that stage. But he got down to Boots Randolph, and Boots, come on back here, Fred. He laughed so much at him, you know. Boots thought he was funny thing in the world and said, here, let's have a drink. Well, see, Fred wasn't used to that. And he'd start drinking before he went on, and then he couldn't tell where he was at in his comedy, you know. I was sitting on the front row one night, and he said, of course, he's going to get drunk that night because, you know, I was going to drive him home. He cleaned the car, and I was going to take him home. I told old David he's going to take me home. Well, he's sitting there, and he told a joke. Oh, he just tore the house down. And he waited till they quit clapping and went right into the same joke. He got, you know, had a little bit too much drink. And he got another big hand. He said, David, which one did I get the biggest hand on, the first one or the second? And so he said it was time. He said it was time for him to go. And he said, now you're going to take me home. I went out there and I said, he got in the car with me. I said, Fred, where do you live? Well, I live here in Nashville. I said, now listen, I have no idea which end of town. When I pull out the parking lot, I don't know where to go. I have no idea where to go. I said, tell me something. Well, let's see, you go out here. No, I'd get for no, I believe this is the wrong street. I like never got him on. He said, you know, I got lost one night and drove all the way to Seville. That's where I found out. He said, I got to think that I lived in Seville and drove all the way up there.
Well, where's your phone at? I've been calling you for an hour.
I laid it down on the swing.
You was talking about.
I was looking for you. Hey, Michael said, is Fred coming? I said, no, he probably tried to call me, and I looked.
Fred? Boy.
Bernard.
Okay, I called. I was word to death about you. Call you
we were worried about you, but we got worried about the phone dropped you.
No. I missed last week. I'm trying to work on hard getting him some money back. Had to have a record come get, or roadside assistance. No, we've been busy. So, no, you talking about Buford Pusher. You know, I always kid about my favorite movie of all times, Walking Tall. And Joe Don Baker, I don't do Bo Svensson. I did Joe Don Baker.
Stevenson, that got me.
Yeah, Bo Stevenson or whatever his name was.
Joe Don Baker could play it.
Yeah. David Rouse is over TBI now. They opened that investigation up. David was great. We worked with him several times at when he was KPD chief. And so, yeah, that was my wife showed me that, and I was like, there's something wrong with that. That ain't right. And I said, that's going to be interesting to see what they actually come out. Oh, man. I mean, it just changes the whole whole perspective
Yeah,
of
good
everything
new
they've
movie,
done in
isn't it?
Hollywood. And, I don't know that they'll do another movie about that. I think they've probably done all they can do. But,
And he put that, the true story.
Yeah,
Everybody runs to see it then.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
True
that's-
story of David Presser.
You know, there's something, what is it, 3 sides of the truth, right?
Yeah.
His side and her side, and then the truth.
They ain't gonna get her side.
No, it was bad. But no, you was talking about the knowing everything. What they call them, Ron? It's algorithms, isn't it?
Oh,
How they can tell, like these people on their phones. You was talking about how they know, and that routine Archie done about the book. But nowadays, it's, you know, if you're on your phone, social media, we ain't living in Mayberry anymore, and this ain't Kaz Walker. Man, if you look up something, right after that, you're just going to get hit with whatever ads that are about Dustin coming to cut your hair. Put that in there. Put that in there. Dustin
It listens to you. You don't even have to go on social media.
No.
It listens to you.
Yeah.
If you go back and read the agreements that you sign on these apps and stuff, which nobody ever does,
Yeah.
every one of them say that it listens to you. They listen to you whether you're using the app or not.
Well, if you've got an Alexa, the little thing or whatever you call it at home, I really do. People have said China's listening or whatever.
They are.
Oh my goodness!
They've used them. They've used them before where they went back. I mean, they record your audio 24/7.
Do you remember the movie Batman Forever with Jim Carrey in it? And his Ed Enigma was his name. And so what they did, it was they had these people buying these things, and then they'd watch TV, and all of a sudden it brainwashed them. Well, that's a sense with cell phones especially. I mean, I saw a thing on the news the other night about landlines coming back, people trying to get landlines to come back because of their kids are so much on these phones and stuff. It's amazing.
Well, they'll never give up an iPhone.
Oh, no.
No.
I never did mine. I still got one because I don't use cell phones.
I've got a
I don't want
landline.
one. And
Wish I'd never seen one. It's great, but
my
it's...
wife's got one. She says, you need to try to learn. I don't need it. If I need you, I'll call you. Anyhow.
What you'll call
I'll
them?
be sitting there watching.
He borrowed
TV,
David's.
whatever, and that phone rang. I say, hey, Ned, phone ringing. I hate to even talk on the phone
Yeah.
because I wear these hearing aids, and I put that phone in and starts whistling.
Yeah.
You need to get that Bluetooth.
Well, I hope it
thing.
don't pick up dreams. You know, if
Well,
you get that too.
I don't know.
You know,
When you-
I had an impossible dream yesterday. Woke me up and I was just nervous and told Karen, I said, boy, I've had an impossible dream. She said, what was it? I said, I dreamed I swallowed a 9-pound marshmallow. She said, what's impossible about that? I said, I woke up and the pillow was gone.
You lose your phone, your humor just really picks up. Are you geared up for next week? You got a busy week coming up, don't you?
Yeah. Monday night. Wow,
I know.
Oh, I got to do a show with this cop, but now
I'm doing that.
we got to do the fire.
Tuesday. We'll tell them about that in a little
Well, I
bit.
got a
I've got
big
some
show
tickets here
coming for
for you to give away. Have you got
I've had on Donnie and Patty with our group.
Oh, good. They'll love that. I hope we can get some people to come out. We have, let's see, coming up next Saturday, a week from Saturday, will be my 18th anniversary of started doing the Tennessee Valley Fair each year, the Mayberry Day. And so we really need some folks to come out. Senior Day, we've done, you've done most of them for me. I think I've done 10 years now. So we've been doing that over there, and it's a free event. So, nowadays it's just hard to get, since COVID, that stuff is,
Just messed up everything.
well, it did. And so you got to get people to come out and stuff, and I know
They're kind of in uproar that they did about selling part of it or something.
Well, they are. They're trying. Well, they took part of our parking away from us, and so in the city they had a council meeting 2 nights ago discussing putting off the sale of the land over there. So we'll see. Right now we've got that land over there. I say we, the people at the fair, for the next for this year and next year. I think is already down, but they're looking at other pieces of property, so you may want to suggest some property. You probably got some property they could buy at the fair.
I'd say
Well, they look good in their side of the earth.
Right there on the hill.
Mr. Walker is probably turned over in his grave. See, he gave this property to his wife,
Yeah.
and she donated to the city of Knoxville.
That where the fair's at?
All that park.
that whole Chilhowie Park.
Well, I need to. Yeah, I'll see them here
Now
in the morning.
they're wanting to sell it for something for children or something.
I don't know how she wrote it up,
And,
where they had to keep
But that was
forever.
the city that they.
See, on all them barns and all that, racetrack and all that stuff.
Yeah, 'cause the kids, you probably don't remember, but a lot of times you go in there, his grandsons was in there taking up money for parking.
Wow.
He let them go in there.
Yeah.
She let him, I
Well,
guess.
there's so much history that area right there anyway, from the fairs and people like yourself and other celebrities and local celebrities that's played there through the years.
I wonder what year I started playing it. I used to play it way back when I had that limousine. They bring it, big limousine there.
Did you play with, because I've told the story several times, and my brother Doug, if he's listening today, will remember it. But we waited on Daddy to get home, and he took us over to see little Jimmy Hartsook back in the 70s, probably mid-70s, early 70s. When he was singing over there, he had a show, and
Yeah, I remember him.
And Jimmy. But
In fact, I done a show with him a few years ago. Me and him came to Hill
oh yeah,
right before Jim Clayton's brother died,
yeah,
because he introduced me, and we did a thing. He's grown up now.
yeah. He does.
He said he didn't want to be an entertainer.
Yeah.
His parents wanted him to be. He said he said I just didn't want to do it. But he was real good.
But little Graylin, when he come out, that's what I thought he looked a little bit like little Jimmy when he was little, when Graylin was playing
He's
with us when he
close
was
to
little.
making it now, Graydon is.
He's doing all right.
He's
yeah,
just right at the edge.
Nah,
He's on a big tour. I forget how many night tour right now.
yeah, he's doing really well. Yeah.
See, right there at Chilhowie Park, them barns, them horse barns, Kaz's, on the top hill up there. See, Ratty, that's where he worked for Mr. Walker, breaking them horses and training them all that. Well, down on the bottom there, and then in the lake, where there was the baseball diamond, police, like church groups and people played baseball and stuff there all the time at that little baseball diamond. And so all that was Mr. Walker's.
Yeah.
And one part of it he gave to her, then she donated to the city. And I don't know if it's specified in there. It wouldn't be sold, but they're going to sell it. So
Well, it's
they're getting uproar about people having a fit about it. So I don't know.
Oh, they're having a fit. Yeah, they're having a fit. They don't want it taken away from over there. It's been there for so long and stuff. But yeah, we'll. They have a lot of good entertainment over there, bringing stars, big time stars,
You brought
national
in a
stars.
lot of stores there yourself.
We did.
I
we
got
did.
to work over when you brought the Andy Griffey show in.
Yeah, I just talked to him last week. I talked to Rodney last week, and he's doing pretty good. He's the same age as you. But he's I'm bringing him in to. He's going to visit with Mary Costa. But we was talking about that and how much fun that was. But fairs are difficult to play for musicians, aren't they? I mean, a lot of times because you got so much background noise and things going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if you're trying to do a musical show out in the park, and you've got all this other stuff and activities and loud noise going on, to me that's distracting.
Yeah.
So, is it for a musician?
Yeah, it takes away from me, don't it?
It does.
I mean, you know what? I'll tell you something else takes away from me is to get up there and start emceeing, and 2 or 3 of the band can't. You know, got to do a story or something. So I just quit. I just quit. So just a minute, folks. I take a microphone, I walk over to them, and they go, they freeze up. We can see, well, we can't have it one show at a time. I didn't know what y'all were talking about. I'm trying to embarrass them.
If you've never emceed, somebody ought to do it one time.
Y'all do it one time.
Oh, it's not easy. It's difficult.
But, you know, Rick gets up there and MCs.
Yeah.
But he don't, I guess he forgets how that sounds, you know. Of course, he's a good MC, and he's doing real good. That's where he wanted to work with me for, to learn how to do some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's something you do from the heart. It's not just something you do.
Yeah.
You have to love people and like people. First off, you got to, who was it this week? Somebody this week was telling me, he said, what I liked about your MCing, David, said when you look out in the crowd, everybody thinks you're looking at them.
That's right. Yeah, make eye contact.
They all got to think it. I had women say it, I've had men say it, you know, see, you just capture the audience, and they think you're looking right at them.
Yeah.
And I am looking at all of them. Of course, I got a wide scope. But anyhow,
That is billfold.
Yeah.
I said this. I didn't say go. I said just go. Anyhow,
Just personalize, make them a part of it. If you can do that, and it's, we got I got Todd Howell coming after y'all get done singing. Todd Howell from Channel WBR Channel 10. He's coming over to do our bingo with us this year. I went back and forth on who was going to have, and and of course those people at WBR are still. And they had Bill's service last week, and it was great, and so still mourning the loss, but cherishing the memories we've got of some folks. So. But Todd will be there, and he's a super good guy. If you want a chance to meet Todd Howell, he'll be there and shaking howdy with you. But he'll be there calling our bingo after we get done with that and doing some of our other fun stuff that we do.
Yeah.
But
well, there's two of the big ones right there in WBR died. Williams and
Ken Swall. Ken Swall.
Yeah. Swall World.
Two of your favorites.
And he had it. I probably told him. They had him at the Tennessee Theater. Had a big going away party for him, and they said, now who do you want? We'll get you anybody you want to come up here and entertain for you from Nashville, wherever. He said, I want David WYSH. He said he knows a lot of that. He just does stuff I like.
Yeah.
And so he used to come in and get the fiddle. He'd get a fiddle down and start squeaking, and we had this big yellow cat sitting there, and he's got a movie of it. Some way they caught it all. That cat jumped up and looked at him and shot out the door. He said, what do you think, David? I said, I believe you need a little practice. But they caught that on film.
Yeah.
That cat running out the door. I said, he scared the cats. So I gave him that fiddle, and he got right squeaked a little bit for him.
He was so good at editing. When they got back to the studio, they would shoot stuff like that, and he'd go back and he'd pick out those segments.
Hey, I had a guitar. They only made 66 of them, 60 for the United States. The other 6 went out overseas, but it was a Gene Autry, and it's so hard to get. I had to make a big glass case for it. We put it in there, and he's out there doing the story. What's the highest price guitar you got? And I think it was $22,000, I believe. Best I remember. And I said, here's a $22,000 one, and we got out and looking at it. He said, I thought he didn't want me to say no. I didn't know what he wanted to say. And he said, can I play one on it? And I said, yeah, I guess you could. And he stopped the film and said, no, let's do it over. You're supposed to say no. And so he put it back on, and he said, I was just looking like this, and he said, you going to let me play one on it? I said, no. Like that. And he said, not yours to be in the movie. He said, you can just come up with that quick. He said, that was a real genuine no. I don't know what I heard.
Yeah.
But he was just so good. That airplane we put in I put it in on Saturday. He was there early Monday morning. He said, I heard about this thing, but there was cars stopping on the other side of the road, getting off the road, watching it. I guess they thought we was pulling it out, was putting it in.
Yeah.
We got that thing at an airport, at a airport junkyard. And it's the first one I saw. And we got it loaded on this float, and we come from up in Granger County, up in Talbot, I believe, where they had that big old junkyard. And we was coming down there, and that old boy come down, got on that, what do you call it, Mr. Walker, malfunction junction.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a tractor and trailer just like that tore it up. I mean, he got close, sliding coming off there. That boy wasn't doing 100, no, he was trying to keep it on the float.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe like that airplane crash right here. I mean, he scared that boy. He just slid at that tractor and trailer. He was flying. We hit that. But like that tore up before we got. But it has got so much attention. And Paul White said, he was sheriff, and he said, they are calling over here. So many people says there's an airplane crash over at Siderville. And he said that they say, first off, they said it was a bank. He hit a bank. And we thought it was like a bank. We started calling around and used the airplane hit the bank right there. And he said, then I told him, just tell him it's a promotion. He said, tell him that. And he said, that didn't work. He said, just tell him, okay, we'll look right into it. He said, that's the best way to do it, get rid of it. Okay, we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. Thank you, and hang up. He said, I forget how many calls they got on it. But what was I didn't think about it drawing attention like that, but so many people was lined up on the other side of the highway, just parked over on the shoulder, and just watching us. I guess they thought we was taking them out, and people and everything. We was putting it in, just getting it in, and had different. But we want my tractor, get that there and hold it up there and put chains under it, lock it up. And we just got a lot of attentions to it. And then a tree fell on it and tore it up some more. Knocked the whole tail fins off of it. We had to put them back on. It just, he went through a lot, that poor flame did.
You got to be careful about promotions. I've had a couple of promotions go south on us. I've had the squad car out there in the red light flashed on Broadway. I've told this story before, but jewelry store, we was doing an open house for them, or grand opening over in Knoxville to Broadway there, and so we had the car sitting out there near Broadway, and I was out there mingling with the people in the parking lot there off of Broadway, and all of a sudden it's right at a red light, and all of a sudden I heard boom, 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 and it was 4 or 5 car pile up, and they were standing over there looking at what we was doing, I guess. And Glenn, I can't even think of the guy's name, Glenn come over and told me, he said, Barney, you need to go ahead and let's go in the store a minute here. Said, we may have a problem here. And I went in there and they cleared up the wreck. Yeah.
Hey, Barney, you should run that run to who's going to pay for all this?
Yeah, oh my gosh. That's right.
That's when I had you. We did a big thing, Hammers, when they had it there. The other place, not where they're at now, but the other place in there, Clinton. And you was up there helping me. You like to tickle Don Calhoun and Beth. He said, I was going to let Barney's going to go through the store. Y'all just keep playing. Said, we got Kleptomenarax in you. You stop it out and blow your whistle.
Oh, Lordy.
He said,
I miss Don.
Some things hit you, it makes you really live. Interact.
Oh, yeah. We had some fun times with Don. Don used us on some of their stuff and the commercials and stuff. It's a great time.
You've done a lot of shows stuff good, ain't we?
Yeah.
Commercials and everything.
Yeah. It's amazing to me how time gets away from us. I sit there and it's flying. It's just flying.
Yeah.
And we
I
sit
met
there.
you through John Hitch, and I told my doctorate, heart doctor, this past week, not this week, but last week, and we sit there, and I said, she was talking about this and that, and I told her, I said, I believe doctors is kind of like musicians. She said, how come? I said, well, one will tell you to do this, and the next will tell you to do that. I said, it's kind of like a musician playing Wildwood Flower. He plays it one style, and he plays another style, and he plays another style. They all play Wildwood Flower, but they got different styles.
Yeah.
And she liked me. I said, in fact, my friend put on his tombstone, I told you I was sick. She started laughing, hit her with a funny bone.
Oh, my God.
She never had heard she's foreigner. She got that, India, she got that float thing in her head there.
Yeah.
And she's a real sweet little girl. But,
He's talking about playing it different. So I took guitar lessons in 1981. My first time I took guitar lessons. So I'm sitting there, and Chris Kirkland was his name, from over at Lynn's, and great guitarist. Played for Joe Stampley at one time. So I was sitting there trying to learn chords and stuff, and I said, so how come mine doesn't sound the same? He said, well, everybody plays differently. He said, I could have 10 students in here, and they're just learning, but I can walk in there and I can tell you who's playing what. And he said, I said, well, what's mine? He goes, bad. Bad. So you got to practice.
you need some practice.
So I quit.
I thought you played harmonica.
I've tried that too. I can play. I can play "God Is So Good" and a couple of others on my harmonica, but that's about it. I need to work up one tune before I leave this world. Cherry Berry Bend, something way over their head. Yeah, that's right.
And the cymbals. What kind of cymbals was
those? Were Cymbal City. That was from the Andres Castellantes from Cymbal City up in Chicago. I got them at Ciderville though, courtesy of David WYSH.
And he said, well, Barney did about the cymbals and everything, so we got to go up on that tree.
That's right. I got those from courtesy of you, and I've still got them. I need to polish them. I had them sitting out there the other day.
You got them from me?
I did. You gave them to me. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. You sold them to me.
No one's not broke. No one's not broke.
Yeah. No.
No, anyhow, there's something else. We got the handles on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Pow. Yeah.
I remember you selling things.
Yeah. These are.
Boy, it's go back. If you see some things that we've all done, fall off stage and fall into people. I mean, it's not an amazing life, and some of it's rough. Luke fell off stage Coliseum. They just kept scooting him over. He got in the chair, went over, and he went out and cut his finger. I don't know how many stitches, but they taped it up right quick. He just went ahead and picked the show.
Oh,
and he'd go get it sewed up, about 3 or 4 stitches in it.
And he still was able to pick?
Yeah, well, he just picked on let the blood flow. I mean, put a rag with it.
Yeah.
I got that right there. I cut it open. And then one night I had to do TV next night, and I looked down and it was dripping on my head.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, still, I got a scar there.
Ratty done the same thing, did he?
Oh, yeah, Ratty shut the car door on his thumb. It's true. And cut the end of it off.
Oh,
and
my
this guy, I wasn't there to see it. He said he just picked it, walked over and picked it up and looked at his thumb and took it and threw it in the trash. And said he put a rag around it and had that thumb out like it coming out and played the show with his fingers.
Yeah, a lot tougher for me. There's a lot of quitting this old boy, I got to be honest with you.
Did it get too deep for you?
I couldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have passed out and had to take.
That's as bad as Mr. Walker. If he had that 2 4/4 finger, I told him that I was just going down the road and I just kept seeing that finger down there crooked like that. He saw it and she's 2 for, you know, it's right there, it did. It's like it.
Yeah.
And I said, Mr. Walker, how come your finger's bent down? Like I got in a fight. And I said, well, what happened? He said, he bit it off. I said, plumb off? He bit it off, spit it out on the ground. I go over and pick it up, put it in my pocket, and said, I had to go get sewed back on. I said, what'd you do to him? So I bit his ear off.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, where? He said, right there. I said, did you get it to him? No, I chewed it up, threw it away, so I'd make sure he wouldn't get that. And he said, you know, it's kind of strange that he died a while back. And said, I went to the funeral home just to see how much of his ear I bit off.
Turn him over this way. I can't see that ear good.
I said,
what's that guy doing up there at the coffin?
I said,
he's trying to tilt his head.
Mr. Walker, how much did you get? And this is words. I said, how much did you get? And he said, a good chunk of it. That's all he said.
Oh, goodness
A
gracious.
good chunk of it, he said.
Yeah.
That's something. He told me that finger. I said, you see my fingers, it's okay. He said, it made me a lot of money. He said, that's my 2 4/4 finger. He said, I took it to a doctor, had in my coat. So I said, can you put this back on? I said, oh, yeah, we'll put it right back on there. Said he sewed it in, but he couldn't get them leaders to work. But he said, look, it'll be down like that, but said, you still use your hand, you know. And he said, then I use it for that 2 4/4 finger. So I told that 2 4/4 finger, Bill Mullins, you know, tobacco warehouse and stuff. And he had a $10,000 ring back in the 70s, and that's a lot of money. And I said, boy, that's a pretty ring. He said, yeah, I'm holding it. This guy can sell his tobacco, and he's going to pick it up. So he said, here, put it on where that's on stage. I mean, that's on TV. I put it on, and I was showing it off. Well, here comes Mr. Walker walking up. I said, Mr. Walker, here, come here a minute. And I took that ring, stuck it on that 2 4/4 finger. Boy, he was just shining it all there. When they said, stand by, Mr. Walker. I mean, you got to get in your chair with it. And he couldn't get it off. He said, oh, get it off. That's it, 2 4/4 finger. He said, I can't wear that, is there? You know, he always kept a profile of down in a little class with everybody. He didn't want nobody to think he had anything.
Yeah. If I only knew.
Yeah.
He didn't want them to even know he was rich. You know, even back in 62, I believe it was, somewhere along in there, when they got him for income tax, $1,600,000, he had to pay him. But they kept calling him millionaire, and he said, now, I don't know about this millionaire business. Said, if we had all of our stores put together and all of our money put together, we could be worth $1 million. I don't know. But he had to pay them $1,600,000. I'll just keep going. But he couldn't. No, he didn't want you to think it. Oh, and he was straight down to the penny.
Yeah.
If it come out 2 cents, he wanted to pay you, and you wanted you to pay him. See, I knew how he operated, and so I took care of him. And he really, you may think when you're in life that you're deceiving somebody or getting by with something, but not them smart people. They wouldn't let you know what they even saw.
Yeah.
Because, buddy, a guy like Mr. Walker, he knew I was from the heart. Because when I first met him, he was just watching me, everything I'd done. When I picked everybody I was with, and I saw what he was doing, and I said to myself, you're going to like me for David WYSH, or you're going to like me at all. I wouldn't get in for nobody because I'm me.
Right.
And you're you, and I don't be nobody else.
Right.
I can't be nobody else. I like to work from the heart and the way I feel. And he watched me for 1 year, and he bonded.
Mm.
And he did. It was concrete. You know, you just, forget about it then.
Yeah.
People. And of course, a lot of people got jealous of us.
Yeah.
He said that one day.
Of course.
He said that in the office. He said, he's sitting there. See, when you walk in his office, or when I did walk in his office to drive him, he'd be working on the telephone. He had a soft seat right beside his. He sat down, and he didn't say hello, how you doing, or nothing. Never said a word. He just will not be there. I mean, I knew all that. See, I knew I found out what he liked, and I wouldn't do it that way.
Right.
That's what pleased him. I sat down in that chair, and directly looked over at me and said, a lot of people don't like it because me and you're so close. He said, is that going to come between us? And I said, on my part. And he said, it won't mine either. And that's the end of that. I mean, that stamped it. That sealed it. That's just the way it was. He told you what was on his mind, and directly, he didn't care what. Directly said, I think it's about time to go. And it'd be just exactly the time to go.
Mm-hmm.
You go get in the car and take off, you know. But he was a funny guy. He could carry a knife, didn't carry a watch. He never carried a ballpoint pen. He carried a lead pencil stuck in the razor down. Carried a .38 Chief with the barrel stuck up in his coat pocket.
The barrel stuck up. Wow.
Yeah, he dropped the handles down in there. You know, most people stick your gun down your pocket. You put the barrel down.
Mm-hmm.
So you reach to get. He done his backwards. He dropped the gun down. The handles. I don't, you know. And then the other pocket, back in those days, he took $10,000 out and fan with it. I was trying to do that. You know, he was up there at TV and it was hot. Of course, you know, all them big bubbles back in, they don't have that now. Them big bubbles, you feel sweat going right down through there. Is Fred Smith said to the great divine. I don't down there. I sat there a lot of times, stood there while he's telling a story, and I feel like water. We was wearing suits and ties. I felt like water going right down through my back. But what he done, he had things, the way he did it, it was just, it's just hard to explain it. But he was one of a kind, and he had that $10,000 that day, and his heart was blazing. He took it out, and he didn't mean anything by it. To him, it's just a piece of paper. He was talking in a big thing, and he took it out, and he's standing there spinning with it. Just like that, $10,000. He spread it open where he could fan. And he looked over at Claude Boone and he said, Claude, if you had this right here, you get Gracie a new dress, and she'd like hug your neck tonight, you know. He saw what he's doing, you know. He comes to him, I'm playing with $10,000. Back in the 70s, that's a bunch of money. $10,000.
Yeah.
He was just, you couldn't explain it. Everybody ought to work with him 2 or 3 weeks because he had a way of life, but he was straight up, 100%.
Yeah.
And he wanted it done 100%. He wanted to be a straight up.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing about emceeing? You was talking about emceeing earlier. I know what my pet peeve is, and I've talked about it before. But when you're emceeing, what's your pet peeve?
My what?
Pet peeve. What aggravates you the most?
Oh, you mean okay?
You're talking about the band talking behind you.
Probably that. I'd say what I hate so bad is, see, I work professionally. I started out professionally. I started with Bonnie and Buster. When they do a show, we all supposed to walk up and laugh. We're supposed to laugh at the jokes, whether they're funny or not.
Right.
I mean, we're doing the show. We're not doing it for us. We're doing it for the crowd. And you see, I learned that probably on the second show I was ever on. And when you walk out there, you're entertaining people. So many people try to be entertainers, but to do the songs they like and do what they like. They don't ever get the people in their hand. If you don't get them in your hand, you ain't done a show.
That's it.
See, but I learned to walk out there, and I like when I introduce somebody, them standing there thanking me and shaking their head, and all that, and everybody up there doing the same thing. And they would like it too if they emceed a little bit.
Right.
But they get back there, 3 or 4 of them start talking louder, and it comes out over that microphone.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I had a guy that one time, I don't call his name, but I had him, he played bluegrass. And he's one of them tuners. He tuned. I was up there trying to talk. He's a real good singer and good picker. He's real good. and I hired him to work for me. And I started emceeing, and he's standing right beside me in that mic, down. And finally, he just got to me. I said, folks, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to play a little game here now. Every time I talk, he gets up in that microphone and tunes that guitar. Makes no difference. Whatever I do, he's picking right over top of me. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quit emceeing right now. I'm going to let him MC. And while he's emceeing, I'm going to come over here with this banjo and go, dun, 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 dun. I said, take it over there, buddy. I started, I don't know what to say. I said, well, say something. I mean, quit tuning or say something. And he said, well, I said, didn't you have a band before you come? Oh, yeah. I said, I had that band in Florida, and he's supposed to say, what's the name of it? Sons of the Beaches, you know.
Oh, no.
He's supposed to say, and he got scared and said the whole word. I said, well, it must have been a good band. Well, he didn't do that anymore. I stopped it right there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll say, you know, we're going to play a game here. The first person back here makes a bunch of noise when I'm talking. Don't y'all help me. So you got to get the crowd with you. You can't call somebody down. Turn around. Quit that. You know, that kills you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I've got a new thing today. I'm going to MC, and if anybody back here interferes, we're going to let them MC, and I'm going to let you all, I'm going to give you a big $20 bill for turning them in. You know which one. I can't see them because, see, I'm looking at you all, and you're looking at who it does it. You tell me which one does it, and I'm going to give you 20. You're going, oh, shoot, man, they're going to catch you that quick.
Yeah.
So you always do it with money. Yeah. Money always helps.
You're talking about being professional. Hall & Oates pop group. 80s, I guess, most popular. John Oates was, I saw an interview of John Oates talking about Johnny Carson. He's talking about being on the Johnny Carson show, and Johnny would, he's talking about, you know, while they were on air, but as soon as they would say cut, he was a totally different person. Said he would just be real reserved and not say anything. And then so they say 3, 2, 1, going back live, and he'd be back totally different.
Yeah.
So
we don't want like that, Honey Miles.
Yeah.
That man here, the weekend over there.
L.E. was, because it's hard to get even L.E. to smile, even hardly. He would once in a while, but on the Marlon Best show, like they was talking about, I'll ever tell a joke or Molly would or something. They go,
oh, he's ready.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He's sitting there. I've been with him in lights and water going down our backs. Mr. Walker talking. He had this chili dip, he called it. He was sitting there looking mean. I mean, like he'd just knock your head off. And if he wasn't saying anything, it was cussing of some kind. And they'd say, stand by. He'd look and see at Monterey, saw his own. Oh, thank you, old boys. I'm so glad. This is, I'm so glad to be here this morning. You folks just don't know how glad I am. And I had a request to do this whole house. I think I'll do it for you this morning. I'm going to do a little bit of this whole house. Now, I just got this on a new 45. Just put this out. It's just $1. $1. Send me $1 and 25 cents for postage, and I'll mail it to you. And right now, I'll tell you, the old man needs the money. And said, we're going to do that for all you folks who don't have a copy of it yet. And boy, he'd go and do it. And when that TV went off him, you go, look like a bulldog. I mean, you look mean.
He's 7, he was.
Hard work for him.
He cussed birds and everything.
He's mean to people, wasn't he?
He didn't like his own wife and kid.
Not like he's bitter.
Yeah, he'd mean to everybody.
This kid didn't even go to his funeral.
Oh, jeez, that's not good.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, but honey was that way. I mean,
how many times was he married? Just once that you know of?
Once that I know of.
Best story I ever.
He had one son, didn't he?
But I know, yeah. And he had a service station, and he didn't like to get up out of that big canvas chair and wait on customers. But there's a guy come in, and man, his mechanic was in there on the grease rack, because we let him like we was really working. We made him go out and wait on it. So he come in, his car was on fire, just steam going everywhere, boiling water out. And he walks out there, because he kept looking out there to see if we was going to go. We just worked, you know. And he went out there finally, and he said, hey, honey, he said, I need some water from my radiator here. Said, my car's burning down. Honey said, go get your water where you get your gas. Turned around, walked away, and him sat down. He wasn't a regular customer.
I like a great people person. The best story I ever heard about somebody that, totally changed was when they got on stage was that story of Webb Pierce at Redgate years ago. John Hitch had promoted it. You've heard the story, I know, but said that they flew him in on a helicopter, and he landed out there in the field, and they were running late, and had Jim McGinnis up there playing, and he was doing 11 Bloody 11 W Highway, and that hit he had, and there were some other entertainers up there singing, but it was time for Webb Pierce to get up there, and he was drunk as he could be when he got off that helicopter. And John said, "Come on, Webb, we got to get up. You're on." And he goes, "I'm on?" He said, "Well, how am I doing?" And then he said, "Where's my guitar?" And he said, "It's on the helicopter." He said, "Come on, we got to go." And so they put Jim's guitar on. He said, "This ain't my guitar." He said, "My guitar says Webb." And he said, "Come on, you're on." And he walked him out there, and as soon as they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Webb Pierce," he goes, "Hello, folks, thanks for coming," and just went right into singing. And he said, "I'd never seen anything like that in my life." He was drunk as he could be, but as soon as we said, "Ladies and gentlemen," and
it does it in people. I've worked with them.
And they can shut it off as well. So some people can do it better than others, but
some of them you'd be surprised. I heard that Marty Robbins said one time, when he went on stage, that he was a nervous wreck.
Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just, something about the crowd or something, but said he was a wreck. And
well,
Jimmy Ford said he was too, when he left the Statlers, and said that, man, his bass was shaking and stuff.
That's why I like doing Barney. I am nervous, so I get up there and I can shake a little bit when I'm doing it.
I guess it was something that I started so young. I never was nervous. The only thing that would make me nervous, I didn't want to get ready and have to sit there and wait.
The waiting is the worst.
I wanted to go when he got ready. I was at the Grand Ole Opry at the back, I had them seats in the backstage. We'd been on the road. I just walked over and sat down with them fitted seats and dozed off.
Yeah.
Bonnie Lou said, "David, you're fixing to work the Opry." He said, "Ain't you nervous?" I said, "No, but I'll get nervous if you want me to." I mean, I went to sleep the first time we ever played it at backstage. Of course, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
To tell the truth, I guess you need the rest,
Yeah. Bonnie Lou said it one time. She said, "Little David," said, "I like you. Well, you pick stuff, said, and you're the only one that's ever worked for us. They don't stand back there and tune while I'm talking."
Yeah, that's important, ain't it?
She said that gets on my nerves.
And I stood there and laughed at her joke. I support it. It's called support for who's in charge. You need to get up there and show your support for them. Yeah. And if you do, the show's better. I mean, you're professional. See, Bonnie and Buster were real professional, whether people knew it or not. Yeah. They were wealthy people. They were professional. They were good Christian people. Yeah. They did everything right. I mean, they had deals that, you got steak at night and everything. They had it all worked out through Jim Walden Homes. And he was probably the richest sponsor on TV at that time. Yeah. And, but when I first went there, the very first day, when I went on payroll, and they put me, I was fixing to start leaving right quick on the road. And I didn't know what to do. It was my first TV show. And I wasn't one of the first ones she put on. She put Ellie White on. He's going to play a little fiddle tune, and he's going to sing. And she said, "Lee, what are you going to play for?" She said, "Just whatever you want me to, Bonnie Lou."
Yeah.
Well, so it was her show. Let me know right quick, and we need to please her. And she said, "Well, I like it, whatever, old Joe Clark or whatever." "Okay, we'll do that." And he done just like what she wanted. Yeah. And when she come to me, she said, "Little David, where are you going to play for us today?" And I said, "I just whatever you want me to play." Mm-hmm. See, I picked up real quick. I always tried when I walked into a place to find out who the sharpest razor was. And I started, trying to get behind people like that. Yeah. And I learned. I remember when I bought the first piece of real estate I went and got a real good real estate man. I didn't know much about it. I could have got beat and probably would have. Maybe not beat, but I might have went the wrong way, in the wrong direction. I said that badly. But I might have went the wrong direction, wouldn't have made as much. And I went and got this guy, had a lot of property, and he asked me, "Why do you want this? What do you want this for?" I said, "The rent." He said, well, you can rent it, but it's never going to be worth nothing but rent.
Yeah.
And then he said, no, this piece here is going to be worth something someday. It just goes higher every day. And he taught me that the worst thing that you can do in business is to walk in there with the attitude, I'm smarter than another guy, and I know it all. And they do that at these restaurants. They'll get a new CEO that can't do nothing, that don't know nothing about business. Look what they've done. They've run Kentucky Fried Chicken. See, he said, I read a thing on him, if they will always do exactly what I said, make that chicken with the recipe and don't leave out one thing, they'll have business all their life. First thing they done, they had to get that crispy. They started moving in with something else just as quick as they could. I mean, look at them. They used to, when I went in Kentucky Fried Chicken, you had to wait until somebody got up and run get that right quick. Run get that booth or that little table.
I can't remember.
Now, there ain't nobody in there.
I can't remember last time I ate there.
It's just, and look at all of them that did that. They got new people. Okay, another one, Crystal.
Hardee's.
Okay, Hardee's. Look at every one of them that done that started going downhill. Just fast and good. Now they're fixing to get Cracker Barrel, Well, they had to come off part of the Cracker Barrel.
I'm going to tell you something.
Uncle Herschel made him a stand.
I'm going to tell you something. That was a marketing ploy, I think. I think they did that knowing they was going to get feedback, and now people are more on fire to go to Cracker Barrel. I told, if it's not, I said, man, that'd have been a great ploy. I'm getting slammed here, phone calls, so I'm gonna have to get going. But hey, here's some tickets. So sometime whenever you want to, there's some there to give away for the fair. But I'm gonna have to run. I got to meet a guy here in 30 minutes. So Tuesday, Monday night, who y'all's going to be with you Monday night?
Monday night, I've got Bonnie and Patty going to be special guests at White Wings.
Oh, good.
And then, of course, I got some others too, but
good.
I mean, they're both good headliners.
Still trying to get Walker to come out 1 month.
Anytime, I just left him on some John Prime.
Yeah, we'll get him.
I just like John Prime because he's so simple and down to earth.
Oh, yeah.
I love his guitar style. He don't play Chet, he don't play Merle.
He plays John. That's it.
I had a guy come in the store a while back, got on a Martin. I think he bought it. Best I remember, that's one he bought. And he started doing John Prime. Picked it like him.
Oh, yeah.
Sung it.
Really?
Sung it. That
Muhlenberg County. Paradise.
No, we did the other one. That he laughed, and I wish she made him laugh.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of that.
In spite of herself?
In spite of herself.
Oh, I love that. Iris DeMint. Yeah.
Well, he done Muhlenberg County, too. Muhlenberg County was a great song.
Oh, yeah.
It was just so good. He said that, I heard John Prime talking about that, and he said, my daddy never did like it till I did that. He said, you finally learned how to write a song.
Yeah.
But in spite of herself, he got up there and said, he said, he had that, what's her name, that sung with him on it?
Iris DeMint.
Yeah, Iris
DeMint. Yeah.
And said, I wrote this song and said, I thought of a lot of people to help me do it. And said, I come up with Iris DeMint. And she said, yeah, I'm the only one who would do it for you.
Well, it's a good song. It's
good, though.
Everything he does is good.
I'm the only one to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or she can sing, can't she?
Oh, she's wonderful.
She's won out in the field.
Unique style. Real quick, we was talking about MCing and stuff. So you probably know better than anybody, Howard, Conway did not MC. He would not have made a good MC. He was just wanted to sing Pork Chop.
Lead picker done all the talking.
Yeah. And so that's a unique. You don't usually see that like that. But Conway was one of a kind of doing that. Great entertainer, but if you were going to see him talk a lot, you're going to be disappointed.
That's right. They didn't do it.
No. But I only got to see him one time in concert, and that's what I came away with. Man, it was a great show, but, Conway didn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
And
I remember one time he was at Village Barn, and he booked him. And of course, they have to guarantee him at first how much money.
Oh, yeah.
And when he played, done the show, well, we didn't sell as many tickets we thought we were going to. We can't pay that. Big John said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna pay him."
Yeah, that would not have worked out well.
No.
No. So I'm gonna have to leave it. I'm gonna Monday. So Wild Wings, and then Tuesday.
Wild Wings Monday night. I've got 2 shows, 6:30 and 7:30.
I'll
take a little break.
do my best to get there this month. But
well, we've been having. I don't know whether they're coming up this week or not. Or
Noah and David and
Noah Peters.
Yeah.
You know, he's on. A lot of people said, "Man, I follow him on Facebook all the time. That he'd be, you know,
Yeah, he's
he's gonna make it.
he's doing well.
He's just one of the greatest singers there are.
Great singer, and David and Josh.
Family, that Daddy can do it too. You get them three together. You know, first time I had them all three there, they jumped up out of their seats off the bar and everything, walked up the stage.
Oh, they're
hovered around them.
They're top notch. And then Tuesday at the Tennessee Valley Fair, try to come out if you can, folks. If you can, it's free, and got a good lineup. David's going to be playing from 11:30, and his group gang's going to be there from 11:30 to 12:30.
And we got
good entertainment. Got some other stuff. Got a lot of giveaways.
We got a lot of our regulars all going to be there too.
And it's sponsored by.
You know, Danny can sing. He comes from Hutchin.
Yep.
I reckon it's ever been out there. He can sing them.
And
of course, Rick is one of the greatest musicians and fiddle players that ever walked.
Oh, yeah.
He's terrific. And Kent Bonham picked us about everybody.
Ken and Kenny Bean are on their poster, so I don't know how they rated that.
Kenny Bean's on the poster, and him and Kent Bonham.
I need to give you some to take over to the store. I'll try to come by the store later and bring those by over for them to put up. But
Ken Bonham told me he's Ken to everybody.
Yeah, that's Ken to everybody. That's Ken. That's his humor. That's just different.
Hey, and he said he's going to get rich. I asked him that. You know, he'll look at you real dry, and he said, "I'm fixing to get rich, David." And I said, "You are." He said, "I've invented something." And I said, "What'd you invent?" He said, "Scratch." I said, "Scratch." He said, "They said Grandma made everything from scratch." He said, "It ain't that on market." If he says something, it's usually funny.
Yeah.
But he don't say much, does he?
Oh, no.
Everybody told Slim that night over at that soup day. Somebody asked for best, and they said, "I can't hear you." And I said, Slim said he would talk to you.
That's right. Ken's got it's dry, but it's good when they.
He comes back with it.
That's right. But the tickets, Ron can give those away. Madison Insurance Group's the main sponsor for our senior day and helped us out a lot on that. So you all try to come out and see that. And we got some other stuff coming. Hey, I'll go ahead and give you the date, and I've got to talk to David about this. But the First Baptist Church show that Madison Insurance is going to be sponsoring, it'll be free. It's going to be in November. It's going to be the Monday before Thanksgiving week. And so if you're listening, November the 17th, we're going to have it'll be a noon musical Monday that we're going to do at First Baptist Church of Clinton. And so we're going to be doing that November the 17th. It'll be coming up. We'll talk more about it as we get closer to it. But got several things coming up. And
okay, we got to do it. You're gonna have, what are you going? You going to do Barney?
A little bit. I'm just going to MC. I'm going to let. I want you to, if you're up to it, and get me some singers, entertainers. We're going to do that because these folks they love.
What's the show going to be?
We'll do about
30,
an hour.
40 minutes, hour.
45 to an hour.
It takes about an hour for me. I mean, guess I got now to get the whole thing on.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna accommodate them. We'll start around noon, go to about 1:15, and it'll be fun. It's free. But again, Madison Insurance Group is going to sponsor it, and so it'll be free to everybody that wants to come to it. First Baptist Clinton, Ron's church, and so it's a good accommodations, and we're looking forward to that one too. So. Got a lot of stuff going on. My head is swimming right now with stuff.
Okay, remember,
that and the sinus infection I've had for 2 weeks.
Everybody remember Ciderville. You know, we got them guitars coming in like going out.
Yeah.
Coming in and going out. Anthony Lay over there, a lot of people know Anthony from Scott County. He's a proprietor. He bought it out. I mean, he's done a wonderful job with it. He's got all kinds of Martin guitars, Fender and Gretsch. And he's taking on some more lines. I forget. He's got Crossroads. He just got a load of them. So anyhow, come out there and see him. And then Doug is doing sound systems, and of course he's running the show on Friday, Saturday nights at the barn. He's got a big doubleheader coming this week. It's Saturday, so it's going to be a big show this Saturday night. And he's got a karaoke on Friday night. But if you need a sound system, if they need to check with whoever that needs a sound system, he's the best I've saw. He's really, really good. But we're going to want everybody to be there and see all this. I guess it's time to wrap up, ain't it? It's wrap up time?
You good?
Anyhow, so come see us Monday night at Wild Wings. I mean, we got a big show lined up for you. And then at the fire, 11:30, 12:30.
You're going to be there 11:30, 12:30. We'll start a little after 10 making announcements. We've got some fair activities. We'll start a little before you do, and then after you get done playing, we've got Todd Howe from Channel 10 WBR will be there to our local celebrity bingo caller. We'll have bingo games, and we have superlative awards. We'll give away free goods. You got goodie bags, a lot of good sponsors. Again, Madison Insurance Group will have some stuff there, but come by. Please come by.
This is a Pepsi tent, right?
It's at the Pepsi tent, big white Pepsi tent right down from the Homer Hamilton Theater there at the Tennessee Valley Fairgrounds. So be there. And Ron, thank you for everything and letting us do that.
So we get to see you again next week. May the good Lord bless you. You be good to the Lord, and he'll be good to you. That's what Mr. Walker always said.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSH Radio.